And I've prided myself in leaving people and places better than I found them.
Mm.
But I realized recently that that is sometimes my biggest flaw. And I think a lot of things in life, our biggest strengths and our biggest weaknesses are inextricably tied.
Welcome to The Dream Show, where each episode I sit down with someone just like you.
I'm in a current phase of pushing myself to do things.
To decode the meaning behind your dreams and explore their connection with trauma, healing, and the subconscious mind.
I do like to watch and see where the dream takes me.
My name is Jesse Lyon, your host, a licensed counselor, certified trauma hypnotherapist, and a dream interpreter. So whether it's a nightmare,
I don't know why, but I knew that he was talking about me, and he comes storming up to the door, and I remember him shouting, "Where is my son?"
a bizarre scene, or something too weird to even describe,
It was so traumatic for me, literally, I have blocked all but this memory.
we dive in and learn to listen to the messages that your mind is trying to tell you. Let's jump into it. Well, Beth, welcome to The Dream Show. Thank you so much for being here. You have been a big member of the Discord, always spreading positivity and really encouraging words. And I'm so grateful for the light that you bring to our little community of dreamers online. And I'm so happy to have you finally on the show to explore your dreams. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love the Discord. I love your show. I love your everything.
I'm all about it. Before we started recording, I was saying I've got no option but to be myself. So I'm glad I can just show up the way that I am, and that helps people.
Same.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Beth, for those who don't know you as well as I do inside the Discord channel, which, by the way, link to all that is in the description below. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like maybe like where you live, kind of your family situation, just a little bit of background, maybe what field you're in, with your career and stuff, some of those type of things.
Sure. I'm married, live in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. My husband of 30 years and we got together when I was 19, and
No way.
have been together since.
That's
And
beautiful.
I was a teenager. I was 19 and he was just 21. So he was just legal to drink, and
Yeah.
I was a teenager. So technically, I guess he was robbing the cradle. He was a drinking adult, and I was a teen,
A teen.
which is hilarious to me. But we live in Atlanta, Georgia. I was born and raised in Pennsylvania. I don't have kids. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I'm a early retired teacher. I am an author, a poet, an artist.
That's amazing.
Very divergent. I'm very different, and I like my different, and I'm unapologetically me.
Good. I love that. I don't know if I've shared my wife's story with me in our relationship, but we met when we were 17, got married when we were 21. So also early, we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary because I'm 31, got married 21. So that's where we're at right now. So, hey, shout out to you.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Do you have any advice for the people? 30 years, quite the experience of making marriage work. What's the secret, Beth?
When everybody tells you you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way, keep an open mind and use your mind, heart, and gut that take their information. I'm not saying don't listen at all. Hear it, but make your decisions with your partner, not with that other person. Because if that's your primary relationship, pause and have an open mind to let them know kindly what somebody else said, like to share if it's bothering you, if you're thinking about it, but to have an open mind to make the decision with them, not with that other person.
Yeah.
I guess. And it's huge. It sounds simple, but it's huge. And in general in life, that's advice I give all the time. Like, don't listen to me even when I give advice. Take it in and listen to it, hear it, but use your own mind, heart, and gut to do what's best for you. The only person who was born with you and took your first breath when you came out of your mama's womb and took the breath you took just now and every single breath in between was you.
Yeah.
Like, you know you best. Make decisions for yourself. Don't listen to me. Like, listen and hear it, but then walk away and think about it and figure out who you're making that decision with and talk to them. Like, you know the important things. I don't know the important things. I don't know you. Like,
Right.
And then make the decision after you've thought it through for you, and use your own brain, heart, and gut to know who those wise people are to ask. Like, if you're spending all your time listening to the garbage, then you're pondering garbage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Beth, that's beautiful.
Anyway.
That's beautiful advice. I feel like people are so quick to share their thoughts, opinions, recommendations, advice without actually taking into consideration the person they're giving the advice to. Like, sure, maybe that worked for you, but I'm a different human being, married to a different human being. I'll tell you, that happened for me when I became a dad. Everyone wanted to tell me about being a dad. Do this, you're going to feel that, it's going to be like this. And I tell you what, none of them were right. Not a one was right.
Surprise.
Yeah. And the feelings I felt, no one told me about. So that's beautiful.
Wait,
beautiful advice.
You have different feelings than someone else? Shocker. Wait, and your child is not the exact child as someone else's? Wait, I think we already knew that. And wait, did you talk to your wife and figure it out on your own? Wait, I think you already knew that you could figure it out. I'm sure everybody wanted to tell you, and I'm sure they meant well, and you took it in, and you made the best choice with you and your wife for your child, and that's why you're happy.
There it is. Beautiful advice. Ah, man, that's great.
Which is the no advice. My theory of I'm not giving you advice. Like, it's not on me.
Yeah, I mean, I can share my lived experience. You know who I think gets this really right? I've been a little bit interested in the financial side of YouTube because it's just so interesting. There's like this little financial subculture about people who are like investing and what to do with your money. And there's laws around that. You cannot give financial advice to somebody unless you are a certified financial advisor and they're your client. So there's a lot of rules around it. So people say, I don't know what you should do with your money, but here's what I did with mine. And this is how it's working. And I love that little caveat of like, hey, I don't know what to do with your mental health. I don't know what to do with your life, but here's what I'm doing and here's what's working for me. You apply it to yourself or go work with a professional who is your therapist.
Wow, does that work for everything, doesn't it?
It kind of does. It's
if
very respectful.
People started talking that language with painful things, it would really help. Because I was thinking about that. When I'm in pain, that is one of the hardest things for me to hear somebody say, I don't know why you don't just blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I know you're trying to help, but you're
giving me a headache is what you're doing.
Thank you. Like, it's hard and it makes me not want to talk to people. And when I say I don't people, like, I love people. But that's where I become an introvert and need to go back home and recharge and be alone.
Yeah, because you have to shut off all the garbage.
And shut off exactly.
Yeah.
And they don't mean it as garbage. Like, I don't want to be cruel. They don't. They're wonderful humans. They just don't realize that they don't know everything about me. And we all do it to each other. But what you just said is so wise. Say that again. You said, I don't. How did you say it? I want to write it down. I got it.
Sure. Oh, I love it. Taking notes. So it comes from that financial side of YouTube, and it's saying, I don't know what you should do with your life, but here's what I'm doing with mine, and here's how it's going. And that just seems to be such a kind and respectful way to do things. Like, I'm not going to be presumptuous about what you should do. I also, for me, it's a liability thing. Like, I don't want to take on the liability of what if you do what I tell you to do and it really doesn't work out? Because, again, we're different human beings, right? So I love that.
And I think that's where I was going with that. I don't give advice. Like, I give, this is what I'm thinking because you asked me. But I still want you to go do your own research. Like, you can't just take my advice and say, oh, well, I took your advice and look how it turned. No, You asked me what I thought. So this is not my, like, I'm going to solve it for you. Like, I'm not the solver of anything. And people all my life have called me the problem solver. They're like, and I've had jobs where I'm titled the problem solver. Beth the problem solver.
But
And
that's
I'm like,
probably because you're respectful in the way that you give advice. That's why they come to you for solving their problems. That'd be my hunch. That'd be my hunch.
you're
Well,
scaring
Beth,
me a little bit right now.
I mean, it is my job to kind of read people, so we're on the right track here. Well, let me ask you that as we kind of get rolling here. So when did you find the channel? When did you happen upon our little community of dreamers?
I'm not sure, and my tech skills they're exactly what I want them to be in today. I actually have which is funny. It's been years that I've been on your
Oh,
on your server, but I have a master's degree in technology. One of my master's degrees is in technology, and like, it was how many years ago? That technology is like dinosaurs.
it's true.
It's like the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's in a museum somewhere, if
And
it
it's
even
only moving
is.
faster. It's only moving faster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know squat, and I have no idea when I actually joined the Discord or when I started following it. And to be honest, I've followed you and unfollowed you deliberately so that some of the drama in my life doesn't follow you. I've tried to protect you, and I realized recently that I'm that whole thing of protect, and not just you, like you and your following. I don't want my drama to follow you and your following. That you're a more, how do I say this? You're a more vulnerable community. And the drama that follows me sometimes as me, your community does not need that. So I have many times unfollowed you publicly so that in my mind to protect the people that I care about. And that makes me really sad that you know how we tell people give more than you take, and I've prided myself in leaving people and places better than I found them. But I realized recently that is sometimes my biggest flaw. And I think a lot of things in life, our biggest strengths and our biggest weaknesses are inextricably tied.
I would very much agree. I'm just so curious, what kind of drama are you talking about? If you're comfortable sharing or not, that's okay.
I was fangirling in a cult, and I only in the last few days realized it was a cult.
No way.
It's hard to own that you were, like, it's hard to realize you were part of a cult, and I'm blowing it wide open. Yeah. And I'm not backing down, and they're trying to silence me and have been trying to silence me the entire time I was in the cult when I didn't realize I was in a cult. And that's the
Wow, that's the gist of it.
But I am not going to back down because there are too many vulnerable people involved that don't realize they're in a cult. And there are people suffering. There are people who have suffered. There are people who are suffering, and there are people who will suffer. And maybe that's it in a nutshell. And I'm not going to, no.
That's great.
My answer is no. And my no thank you matters, and everyone's no thank you matters.
Well, and Beth, I appreciate you saying that because, like you said, the community of individuals who seem drawn to my channel because I specialize in complex trauma tend to be a very unique type of community who've been through some really difficult things. And so I know you talking about this cult that you really just recently in the past couple of days have kind of come out of, I know will be inspiring for many who identify with your story.
Well, I've just realized in the last couple of days that it was a cult. I've been out of it for a while. It took me a long time to realize. I've been out of it since like last fall.
Yeah.
I'm not quick. I don't claim to be a quick one.
So, I think there's prudence in that too. You know,
it is what it is. I figured
deliberately.
I'm figuring it out, and being silenced, and what they have on me it's messy.
Yeah.
That's
how they keep you in. That's how they keep you in.
Since I left, after I left, they've posted my personal, I don't know what platforms this is going to be posted to, my personal sexual assault history from when I was a child, from everything they have on me, they have posted publicly, and it's still posted. And
oh boy.
And they're using that to scare the other women. They're using that to try to scare me into silence. They're using legal means to try to scare me into silence. Like, it's ugly. and they don't think that's cult behavior. But I didn't see it either. And I'm the victim of it. Like, how did I not see it until the last few days? Like, and they didn't, anyway.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about that for an hour, but
well,
it
but
is
I
what
do
it
wonder.
is.
I do wonder how it factors into your dreams, and so I think it's a helpful background for understanding Beth that I think will inform what we're about to kind of unpack here in the next 45 minutes. I do want to take a moment, what you're talking about with complex trauma and being a survivor, take a moment to shout out the sponsor of the show, Julie at Empowering Me, who I know you've interacted with. And so she runs a channel on TikTok, Instagram. I think she's doing some YouTube stuff here too. But at Empowering Me, she does all of our pre-interviews for the show. And that's just something she believes in, and she helps sponsor us that way. So for anyone who's interested in getting support for those kind of topics, she's a really wonderful human being. And you can follow her and check out all her stuff in the description too. But I guess, Beth, let's get to this dream. Is this an old-time dream? Is this a more recent one? What are we unpacking today?
I've been dreaming. I have a lot of recurring dreams, and the series of recurring dreams I'd like to talk about are my house growing up, and I've watched some of your stuff on your house from growing up.
Classic dream sort of metaphor scene.
And I dream about like malls, hotels, resorts a lot. But they're not real places. Like my mind makes them up. I have synesthesia. I am hearing impaired since birth, just found out during COVID. I'm visually impaired. And my 5 senses are intertangled.
How
and I
do
just
you
found that out in
experience
the last few years.
How do you experience your synesthesia? The type of synesthesia, and for those listening who aren't aware, it's the one I'm most familiar with is there's individuals that I work with who will hear music, and while they hear music, they will see the sounds. They will see the music play out in front of them. And so synesthesia is when your senses are entangled. So an auditory stimulus will produce a visual sensation, or a taste will create a sound, or a taste will create a vision. So they're entangled in that way. What does yours kind of look like?
I experience my world through all 5 of my senses, my 5 basic senses, all the time. And I think it's much like a blind person has heightened senses.
I would agree.
Except that mine are intertangled in that, like, some people have a taste for me, not everybody.
Oh.
And I don't have to meet them in person for them to have a taste. Some people have a smell for me, and it has nothing to do with what they actually smell like. If I walked up to them and smelled them, it's not going to match. It's a different smell. It's my brain's understanding of what they smell like. I don't know how else to say it.
That's so interesting.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Selfishly, do I have a smell in your head? Oh, she's getting a sniff. She's getting a sniff right now. Take a whiff of Jif.
You do. You're
I don't know if you can describe it. I'm fresh.
I don't know how else to say it. You're a fresh, like a breath of fresh air, like a clean. It's hard to describe because they're not smells I've smelled before, but I've smelled you before, and now that I'm smelling it, I'm like, oh yeah, I've smelled this before when I've read your things on the Discord, when I've whatever and I think it's just my brain's interpretation of who you are as a person.
I love that so much. That's so cool. I'm flattered.
It's kind of like along the lines of fresh laundry, and I love laundry, and
Me
fresh
too.
laundry to me is like, yes, the laundry's fresh and clean.
Those are usually the candles I buy. It's like fresh linen. Those are the ones.
Yes.
I love that scent.
But it's interesting because I have I'm thinking about it, forgive me, I'm making connections, a few people in my life that are along those lines, but yours is a little different. And I'm trying to place how it's different.
That's so interesting.
I'm doing the compare thing.
So I imagine you smell, not actually smell, but synesthetically smell, if that's a word, some stinky people in your life, I would imagine. That's pretty, that's pretty funny.
I actually haven't yet. I don't know if that's a thing. Like, I don't know if that's a thing for me, and I don't know if I just block that. I don't know. I've never tasted somebody that tasted bad yet, like bad to
Okay.
me.
Okay.
And I know bad is tasted negative. I don't know. I'm not always, I sometimes offend people with words, but I've only tasted people that taste what I consider a pleasant taste. Like whether it's a
Nice.
fresh or like a little bit. I have tasted people that taste a little bit like bleach, but not like bleach so strong that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm drinking bleach.
Wow.
But like almost like it's just so clean and so, and I'm like, ooh, but
It's like
you're not bleach.
sterile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
All right. Well, I'm getting my ADHD is getting all distracted. Okay.
Sorry.
So
Oh, mine
hey,
rages.
we're gonna have a great time here today. This is gonna be fantastic. So these
And your
reoccurring
taste is
dreams.
coming in. It comes in on the back of my tongue, very back of my tongue and my roof of my mouth. Your
Oh.
taste is coming in now that we're talking about tastes.
That's cool. That's cool.
Your taste is sweeter than your smell. That's so interesting.
I'm envisioning for you an entire, like, you know how you can hire a psychic medium and they'll do a tarot reading for you. I'm imagining you starting a little Etsy shop where you're like, find your flavor profile from Beth. It's like, I'm going to smell you and taste you through the camera. And this is, I'm going to give you a reading, a Beth taste reading.
I think it's kind of me being open-minded to it because the people I've smelled and tasted are people I enjoy being around. And I think
that makes sense.
Now that you say that, and now that I feel comfortable talking to you about it, yeah. I think that might be why I don't taste people that don't taste and smell good because people have recently asked me, like, do you taste him, the cult leader guy? And let's say cult-like, because I don't know if other people are going to see it as a cult. I do. And I'm like, no. And I don't want to. But
you're like, I haven't licked him.
Exactly.
I don't want to lick him.
Exactly. I don't want to be anywhere near him. Yeah. But maybe that's exactly, it's my brain choosing to want to smell you. Like when you said, what do I smell like? And I'm like, hold on, let me see if I can remember. And then I was literally doing the hold on, let me smell you. Like, I want to because you asked me and I could say, no, thank you. Like, dude, no.
Yeah, it sounds like
and
boundaries.
I felt empowered to do that because it's you. Where if he had asked me, I would have been like,
no.
Even back then, like even when I was part of the fangirl group, I would have been like,
"That's
you know what I mean?"
That's a sign.
And I'm realizing realizing all kinds of things, having moments here.
That's what this is
ding,
all
ding,
about.
Ding.
Boom, boom. Okay, so these reoccurring dreams, what is the reoccurringness of them? Because sometimes it's a house, sometimes it's a mall. Talk me through one example, maybe a recent example or a prime example. Walk me through one sequence so we can kind of like break it apart and see what it's all about.
I wish I had last night's, and it might come back to me as I start talking about them, but I don't quite have it yet. That's what I was hoping to get for you because I've been having them a lot. Like lately, it's like constant, but most recently, it's been malls, hotels. I'm trying to find my way through. Like I'm trying to figure things out. I'm trying to get to something. I'm usually trying to help someone.
Can you remember one dream, even if it's not the most recent? Like, can you walk me through one
in the last
sequence?
few days? Like I was trying to help. I have this list of people I'm trying to help. I was trying to help a woman was pregnant and she needed to get to healthcare.
Okay. Are you in more of a mall or a house or a hotel in this particular scenario?
She was outside of the mall, I think.
Okay.
But I had been in the mall and I came outside to find her in the parking lot. And she was with someone who was trying to help her find healthcare that she could go to and access.
Yeah.
And in America today,
it's tough.
It's tough. And she was very pregnant.
Yeah.
Like she was very pregnant. And when I say very pregnant, I guess when you're pregnant, you're pregnant. But when I say that, I mean like she was clearly 8 or 9 months pregnant, like further along in her pregnancy and needed help now. And she was trying to stay calm and I was trying to stay calm because she was trying to stay calm. And the guy she was with was trying to stay calm, but he was like, they were both trying to like express that this is getting more and more urgent and we need your help because you can solve this. You're the problem solver. Please help us. Like, please choose us and help us. Like, stop what you're doing and help us, because please tell us we're more important than whatever's on your list right now. And
oh, wow. More important than whatever is on your list right now.
yeah,
And then what happened next?
I think I got them to like a clinic that would take them. And once I found out that it would take them, like, they wanted me to stay and celebrate with them, but I was like, I'm so happy for you, and hugged them and left, because I had so many other people to help and so many other things on my list of.
Yeah. Did you walk them there? Did you drive them there? Do you know how you got it there? Or the dream just kind of skips that?
It does. I see things that other people don't see, and that is me in life. Like, I see solution paths that other people don't see,
Yeah.
and then I'm able to explain them and get them to the solution path. Like,
The problem solver. So your
in
superhero name.
years, problem solver is my superhero name.
Yeah.
There
So
you
instead
go.
of like S with Superman, I can see a PS, problem solver.
That's awesome. I'm writing that down.
I think it is.
I used to have. I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
By career before I retired. I graduated from undergrad the first time in '93, and
Nice.
was a teacher until a few years ago. Was in public education, private education. Wow. Oh, my brain goes everywhere. Sorry, what were we talking about?
Well,
I just did the
we're
thing.
dissecting this dream. So there's this recurring theme that you're in a house or a mall or a hotel, and you're helping people. And there's usually some kind of imperative, and they're trying to get your attention. They're trying to get you to help them because you're this problem solver.
And
you make it there to solving the problem. They want you to stay with them, but you have to move on.
I think I'm always trying to get to me. I'm solving all these things. I'm going to cry. Oh my God. I've had these dreams for years.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
trying
coming
to
up?
get to my problems, but I'm stopping to solve all these things for everybody else, because they are more important in the moment. Like, the woman that's pregnant needs health care. The kid that's alarm is going off because they put all of the kids in my class deliberately because I can handle it.
Yeah.
But then they also gave me all the responsibility, but then they also shot me down when I had the slightest problem. And they also let my team shit on me. They let my team not follow the rules that they set, and then they blamed me for them not following the rules. Holy shit. And
what are you feeling
my team,
right now?
I'm angry. They let my team talk to each other
This is surprising
and
to you,
mouth
huh?
the words because they knew I was hearing impaired, and make fun of my hearing impairment and make fun of me. They made me prove that I was hearing impaired.
Wow. Is this one of those scenarios where you're always trying to give others the help that you never got?
That's why I became a teacher. I became a teacher to be the teacher that I always wished I had.
Yeah.
For every child I ever had. And I think I was. I tried to be. I don't know if I was. I have so many students in my phone, and I was gifted by the universe with the most amazing students every time. I say that they gave me the students who needed the most. They gave me the best students.
Wow.
Like, they always thought, haha, she's going to fail. My last year in the classroom, the team that was a year below me was in elementary school. Wasn't supposed to be an elementary teacher, but is what it is.
Here you are.
The team that was the year below me formed the class. And I got, some of them are going to watch this, but they put together the kids that a lot of people thought nobody would want, or the kids that were going to be tough, that were going to have a lot of work involved, the kids that were going to be a lot of paperwork, the kids that had medical issues that were going to be a lot, and the kids that they had labeled, they wanted to label things that they weren't that label. They put kids together that weren't supposed to be put together, and they knew it, and they put them together anyway on me for whatever reasons they did.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
It feels like, as you share this story, Beth, that this is something you empathize with so deeply, and maybe it's a little bit of a guess on my part, but I imagine that you've experienced being on the other side of that. Is that true?
What do you mean by that?
The ones that people give up on, the ones that are different and think different. And so it's going to require a little bit more energy and effort. And so a lot of those who aren't willing to give them the energy and effort, or to recognize their value and ability, they give up on them and they sort of cast them to the side. It seems like you have such a heart to really dig through and expose and uncover the value and the beauty that's inside of each of these kids. And I can only think that that must have been something you're so passionate about because you've experienced it too.
We don't allow teachers the luxury of doing that.
Yeah.
And we demonize the teachers who tried to do it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense to me. The public education system, we're demonizing the teachers. That was my last year in the classroom because they drove me up a wall. They changed my grade level like during the COVID pandemic.
Oof.
For no reason, to punish me, because I don't want to say, because it's too many things.
Yeah.
And it suited them. I get it. And then they let the team, the year younger than me team, form the class, and we all did that, the whole school. It wasn't just me. I'm not special. I'm just me.
Right.
But they let them put together this class, and I loved it. But holy shit. And then they let my team torture me. And then they blamed me for everything that the team wasn't doing right, and blamed me for every little thing that didn't even make sense about me, while I was saving lives every day and taking labels off children that they didn't deserve and working miracles, and they didn't see it. They didn't see me. And when I was a kid, they didn't see me. They couldn't.
Let me ask you this about the dream then, because I think this makes so much sense with the dream that you're talking about. So, in many of my videos, I talk about how in Jungian psychoanalytics, we talk about the house as being a symbol for the psyche. The psyche is more than just the brain. It's kind of a fancy name for the brain because it includes more. It's both the personality and the mind. So it's not just the organ. It's also the human being that houses that organ as well. And so that house symbolizes that person and the psyche of that person. The setting is always kind of a snapshot of the setting of our mind. The house is just kind of a specific version of that. So if you find yourself in like a fertile valley, it's like, oh, this area of my mind is fertile and ready to be planted and explored. If it's a dark and scary forest, it's like, oh, there's life here because it's growing, but I'm thrown into the chaos of life and how life can be dangerous and scary as I'm trying to navigate through it. And so my mind in this dream is showing me this environment, this setting of what I feel like in my head. But yours can be a house, and sometimes it can be a mall. So it's like, well, what is a mall? Malls oftentimes are about choices. We go into a mall because there's lots of shops, lots of places that we can go. It's a place of connection, but connection and choices. What place am I going to choose to have lunch at in the food court? What movie am I going to choose to go see? What shop am I going to choose to go and peruse in? What friends am I going to choose to see and meet there? And then we have a hotel. A hotel is also very unique. It's a type of house in a certain sense. We sleep there, we kind of live there temporarily, but that's the key. It's temporary. So whatever we're dreaming about, hotels or things of that nature, it's a temporary living space. And so as I kind of put these together, it's like, oh, you're exploring the environment of your mind, right? The house that you live in inside your skull, the choices that you have to make, and how there's many choices. And sometimes you're not quite sure perhaps which direction to go. You just want to help people. And then finally with the hotel, it's like, I'm also in this transitory phase of my life. I'm moving out of things from the past. I'm moving into things of the future, but I really maybe haven't made the choice and settled into my long-term home. That would be what it means for me, and kind of this reoccurring pattern. Does any of that resonate with you?
Yeah. I don't stop and smell the roses. Like when I say hotel, it's more like a resort or a vacation place. I'm checking it out. Like I'm excited that I'm supposed to be there, but
Yeah.
I'm on a mission to get these things done. And you're right. I'm exploring parts of my brain. I think you're right.
And I think that last part of the dream you interpreted already, but I just want to make that clear. Of there's two layers inside of dreams, and I talk about this a lot. There's the manifest content and the latent content inside of dreams. And manifest is what we call literal content, right? So I dream about having an argument with my boss, because I did literally have an argument with my boss, last week. But the latent content is personal. So there's a rule in dream interpretation that all parts of the dream symbolize parts of us. And so there's a literalness, a manifest content to this dream for you, Beth, which is like you often help people, and you often go out of your way and move down items on your to-do list so you can prioritize those who need your help to solve their problems. And that does come at a sacrifice to you. And so I think that's the key to the latent content, the personal stuff, is who's coming to help Beth? When is it time to move those items up the to-do list and say, yeah, there's always going to be someone who needs help, but maybe today I need help. I see you in there.
Yep.
Yeah. I hear
Holy
that. Yep.
shit. Wow.
So let me ask you this question.
Ha!
Let me ask you this question. If you could imagine the roles switching, right? And instead of being Beth in the dream, what if you were that girl who needed help, and you watch Beth walk up to you and make your needs a priority and say, you need help, and I'm going to make sure that you get to the hospital like you need to. What are you feeling? And what do you want to tell her? Tell yourself, if you were the girl who needed help, what would you say to Beth?
You're worth it. You don't have to be everybody else's person and not have a person. Somebody should be your person.
Yeah.
And you don't have a person. My mom is gone. My dad needs me. My brothers need me to get my trauma history taken down. My whole family needs me to get my trauma history taken down so that they don't need this. The women of the world need me to get that taken down so that they don't need to face this. Everybody in my life needs me. And I need somebody to damn well stand and say, this is bullshit. This is not even legal.
Yeah.
You can't be a documentarian, solicit a trauma history with the no consent on your damn ass form, post it with the no consent still attached, and because you have some rich lawyers from California and some rich company that doesn't see that that's not legal, I'm not stupid. And I need somebody to see that I'm not stupid. I need somebody to see me.
And Beth, there is no part of that story that is fair or right or justified.
It is still my responsibility to fix it.
But maybe not even that. Because if we're honest, Beth, it's their responsibility to fix it because they're the ones who did something wrong. I think the responsibility that perhaps your dream is sharing with you over and over again in this recurring phase, because we know that dreams that repeat themselves often repeat themselves because there's a message that we haven't received yet, and it will keep repeating that message until we hear it loud and clear. So maybe the responsibility is not on fixing the wrongs of evil people. Perhaps the responsibility is to care well for yourself. It's hard to find someone to care for us when we struggle to care for ourselves. And that's just an unfortunate truth. But it's also a hopeful truth. That means that it can get better. I appreciate you sharing your story, Beth. I hope this has been encouraging.
It is. No, I'm good. It's healing. I promise. I'm good.
Oh, I've got no question that those tears are healing. I can see him. I
did not think I was going to go there. In fact, I said I'm going to be badass today. I am not going to roll over.
I think this is the most badass thing you could do. To be real, to be authentic, and to take a moment.
I wasn't going to mention him. When you said before we started, is there anything you don't want to mention? I thought, I'm not even going to mention that I'm not going to mention it. Watch me not mention what he's asking me that I don't mention.
Well,
talk about talking to myself in my head. Yeah, when they say that crazy people talk to themselves, I talk to myself and I answer back, and then I have conversations, and then I have arguments, and then I have whatevers, all while I'm talking to the other person. Call me batshit. I'm batshit.
Well, the great philosophers that we study, like Plato and Aristotle, they used to have conversations in their head, and then they wrote them down in books, and it was called Plato's Republic. So the wisest among us have conversations and arguments inside their own heads. So I don't think that's a bad thing.
I have a journal that I write them in, and I just knocked my phone off the stand to show you the journal.
That's okay.
I have multiple journals that I write them in, and they all have trees on the front because I think we're all growing and learning.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
So the tree on the front of
growth, and life.
Beautiful. We're growing.
Yes.
Everything in life is growing and changing. Nothing stays the same. When people say there's no guarantees in life but death and taxes, I call bullshit. Change is inescapable.
You got that right.
Death and taxes are inescapable too, but change, you can try to avoid change. You can lock yourself in your house and try to avoid change. The world is still changing. Your life is still changing. When you wake up tomorrow, you're still a little different than you were yesterday. Sorry about your luck. And I've done it. I've tried to sleep my life away. I'm like, if I just take a nap, will this go away? I feel a little better after the nap. I'm not saying it's unhealthy, but
sure. Yeah. Beth, thank you so much for sharing this story. I know that a lot of people are going to resonate with it and feel encouraged by you. So I do think it's the bravest thing that you can do. And I do think it's funny that you thought, maybe I won't mention it, but Beth, it's not like I've spent 10 years of my life learning how to recognize the things inside of people that they're not saying that they need to say. So I appreciate you allowing me that window into your life. And I hope it's been encouraging. I hope you listen to the message that your dreams are trying to share you. I mean, all I'm doing is just interpreting what your mind is already telling you is the solution to your problem. I just think that's so powerful. And I hope people recognize and realize that our minds and our dreams are the greatest agent for change and healing that we have. Sometimes it just takes a connection with another person to really recognize how special we are. And I see that inside of you, Beth. So thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. Connections are everything.
They sure are. Well,
everything
Beth,
is connected.
Anything you want to shout out before we wrap up today's show? Yeah.
I am Beth Tyson. I am big hair, don't care. I am me. Be you, friends. Be you.
Hell yeah. And on that note, Beth, thank you so much. We'll catch you again real soon. I'll see you in the Discord for sure. If anyone else wants to join, the Discord is linked down below. And if anybody wants to come on the show, you're a follower just like everybody else who's been on the show. You're not a celebrity. You weren't special picked. You're not a paid actor. It's just real humans, real conversations. And so if you've got a dream that you'd like to take a deep dive in and see the power of your mind and unlock what those dreams actually mean, submit an application. You get to talk with Julie at Empowering Me, and you get to be on the show just like Beth. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye.
Thank you.